Party people in the place to be. Live from 58 Dream Street. We're James and with Games. Hey, it's Boxing Day, so I hope you're having a good Boxing Day out there. Anybody watching? If you celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a Merry Christmas yesterday. You know, all things considered, with the chaos engulfing our society, with the Omicron variant running wild. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a merry day on December the 25th, 2021. But here we are on the 26th. Benoit, welcome to the chat. First ever post in the chat. Glad to have you here. Hope you had a good day yesterday, whether it was festive or just a day off. Those are both good kinds of days. Diving back in to Star Control 2. Today, do I want to update GOG Galaxy now? Live on the air? No, I don't. Launching it. Alright, now, gotta get out of my window. And then, most programs in DOSBox make all your window allotments go completely crazy when you go in and out of full screen. And that has certainly just happened. So I'm just making sure my stuff is where I need it. There. Alright. Got my note sheet over here. Got my screen in front of me. We are good to go. So, when last we left our heroes, I can't remember what I named we're the rebels, the good guys. Hey! That's Aces. Glad to hear it, Benoit. So the objective that we currently have is simple. Liberate the entire galaxy from the Urquan hierarchy. At the same time, it might not be so simple, because we keep running into, as we explore the reaches of space, we keep on running into the, what are they called? The Slilandro, or at least the Slilandro probes. Hail, British! Your message has been received. I hope you had a merry day yesterday, whether or not the day is anything special to you. Just hope Saturday, December the 25th went well, no matter what. Okay, I'm just checking out what I got here. So, our current fleet, we have the Returner, a couple of crew pods on there. I figured out finally last weekend that I can just buy fuel pods. So we have lots of fuel, 110 fuel units, 2 full crew pods, and then in the fleet we've got 2 Earthling cruisers. That's the Enterprisey looking ones there. 3 Pkunk somethings. I don't know what they're called, but they're the butterfly looking ones. I muted you, you stupid phone. Shut up. And then, okay, bear with me a moment. My goodness, so many different types of volume. Okay. And then we have the true hero of the story, Fwiffo, the Spathi, in the Spathi eluder there, the one that looks like a molecular model. Not of any particular molecule, but if you've ever had one of those little chemistry sets. Got Abra here bumping up against my legs. Hey, sweetheart. Okay. So we're ready. We have no immediate objective. No pressing thing is happening. Last time, what are some things we learned? We need to make touch base with the Aralu, and a former member of the former Federation of Free Planets, or Free Stars, or whatever. The ones who lost to the Urquan before this game even started. Because the Aralu know the secret of wormhole traveling. When we look at the star map in a moment, for the uninitiated, we'll see that, in fact, the galaxy is quite large. So wormhole travel might be just the thing, even with our wealth of fuel, our 110 units of fuel. They're not going to get us to the far corners of the galaxy. So I guess while I'm here, I should just kind of get a little bit of backstory from the Starbase Commander about these Aralu. I would like to know about the other starfaring races. Commander. Members of the Old Alliance, please. Tell me of these Aralu. Okay. Commander likes to think of himself as not being a bigot, but And that's never a sentence construction that ends well. Okay, there's something creepy about them. Fine. Ah, turns out I didn't need to go to the far reaches of space to get these clues about... Oh, okay. So this was a breadcrumb about the heirloom knowing the trick to move around quickly. And that's all the commander has. So that's not really going to help us learn anything more, which is fine. Commander, as long as he keeps... as long as the commander keeps hooking us up with resource units when we bring back our loads, as long as he keeps telling me I'm doing a good job, I'm happy. This machine runs on praise for a job well done. So, yeah. Okay. Nothing else we need. So yeah, we'd love to run into the heirloom and find out how to travel through wormholes. I also learned that the Umga, who I believe are a new race in Star Control 2, because I've never heard of them, and I've played Star Control 1, the Umga know how to manipulate the Ilrath, the vengeful, violent spider aliens who are occupying a very near quadrant of space to us right now, and whose ships are not fun to fight at full power. And then finally, I learned that the Vuxian Admiral, who is the member of the Vux who is the most likely to be willing to talk to us, because most of the Vux just want to kill us, but the Vuxian Admiral can be found in the Alpha Serenkov star system. So those are the leads I have. However, I think the first thing we want to do in space here, pull up the star map, and we want to get moving to the Zeeman system, because the star date right now, I'm not sure about, 2156. It's not till 2159 that something terrible is going to happen to the Zeeman star system, according to the projections of our friends, the Melnorme. The Melnorme are a mercantile race, or a merchant spacefaring race. They love trading for stuff. And right now they're offering something I want. They're offering upgrades to our planetary landers. I lose a lot of crew when I push my luck on landing missions, and I do feel bad for every life lost, even though they are not personalized in any way in this game, outside of a single one-off joke. So we're going to get that upgrade, and we're going to also find out whatever next upgrade they'll be offering. And then the galaxy is our oyster. I don't know what we're going to do. Explore a bit more, see if we can find this Alpha Serenkov without having to kill too many Vux along the way, since ultimately, why would we want to make contact with the Vux if not to try to get us on our side, get them on our side, and if we're going to do that, there's nothing to be gained by killing a bunch of them in advance. Okay. So it's one of these little planets in the Outer Rim where our Melnorme friend is usually found. So let's take a look. It's not this one. Is it this one? Oh no, I missed it. It's not this one. Let's see if I have anything in my search log that reminds me. When I went to Zeeman, I said nothing to myself about specifically where to find the Melnorme when I return here. Just that they're here. So that's not ideal. Hey Squeaky, what do you want? Mammoth Ego in the house. How was your Christmas, or December the 25th, or whatever it means to you? Aha, the Melnorme. Let's make touch. Merry Christmas to you too, cousin. I'll clarify for any new viewers. You know, when British calls me commander, that's a reference to the game. When Mammoth Ego calls me cousin, it's because I'm his cousin in life, not because there's a cousin angle in Star Control 2. The Melnorme have the best song. Okay, I could do this all day. It would be great content, but we're not making any progress that way. I have some items I would like to sell, sir. I believe I've got a ship full of data, biological samples of alien life forms. Oh, glad you get to see your mom. Her birthday, right? Or just your birthday early? Because it's not your birthday yet, unless I'm forgetting something. Okay, there it is. Your mom shares a birthday with my buddy Mo, for whatever that's worth. Gotta remember to wish Mo a happy birthday. Okay, take my data, sir. Hell yeah, 294 credits. And yes, and that is also the game thing. In real life, I don't think I am the Avatar. I do my best to be virtuous, but I don't know that I'm that virtuous. I'll be the Avatar again soon. I think by next weekend. Next weekend at the latest, probably. Because I've read the compendium for Ultima 6 now. And I miss Britannia. Oh, I've turned this down so low. You're not getting the... That's probably a good volume for the music. Okay. Not that kind of Avatar. Mammoth Ego. The kind of Avatar who is a master of all the virtues rather than all the elements. And I think kind of the whole idea of being the Avatar in that case is not to bend the virtues, but in fact to be rigid about them. You gotta stick to the virtues if you wanna... Oh no, my joystick's malfunctioning. What am I interested in? New technology. Plans for building improvements to the planet landers. That's what I love to hear. I mean, I'd much rather... I would like to buy that technology. And they install it directly on the landers. That's good. Listen, sometimes you just want to feel the breeze of a hostile planet on your fingers. Blueprints which show how to increase your lander's cargo space to double its present volume. Give it to me. Alright. Can't buy anything else? Oh, double capacity fuel tanks. Well, I want those. Hopefully I find some biological samples in the next couple in-game years. Actually, I found Melnorme on another system too. So we'll be able to keep on trading with these wacky little dudes. Their one freaky eye. And their also quite freaky mouth. Okay. Yeah. No, half-price fuel or double capacity fuel tanks would be fantastic. Although, as it is, getting half the stuff, picking up half the stuff, yeah, that's going to cut down on landing costs, which is great. Now we're coming up in the world. Oh, no, no, the Conquer on the move. Last week, I talked them out of, oh yeah, British. That's a fair point. Because I could, like, really just strip mine every planet, even if it just doesn't have much, and get a lot. I guess I need more storage pods, too. But yeah. Okay. So yeah, if the Pekunk are on the move, that's not a good sign for the Pekunk. Because they were talking some crazy nonsense about meeting up with their cousins, the Yehat, who live over here in the Serpentis system. Yeah. And the Yehat were defeated in the Urkon Wars and decided to become battle thralls of the Urkon hierarchy. Which means if the Pekunk go there, they're going to die. Whoops. Oh, just drifting in the vacuum of space. Okay. I thought I'd solved this problem. I guess I should have known. These Pekunk, for all their pretensions, aren't necessarily the wisest species around. So, We're going to go down there. We're going to renew our effort to convince them to see some sense here. Actually, we're going to renew our effort to find lies that put them off. Because I'm pretty sure that there's no chance talking sense is ever going to work for the conch. So let's head for the Beta Kaylee system. Because we've never been there. So we can grab some resources. And maybe save our allies all at once. Or maybe we can't save our allies. But if we can, that would feel good. For obvious reasons. Hey, sweetheart. What's up? Are you thirsty? I put their LUNCH out early today. But now it's LUNCH time. So that might be what she's on about. But like, she just has to go and discover that it is already there. She watched me put it out. Or she might just be excited that we're all hanging out here. Now someone's trying to catch me. And they are, you can see them on the radar there. I mean, they're gaining ground, which is just the kind of thing the Slalandro vessels are capable of doing. They didn't beat us here, but they'll probably be waiting for us when we get out. I don't see any conch in this system. We're going to have to move around in this little sphere of influence of theirs, but while we're here, see what's happening on the various planets. Of course, I might do all this planetary mining, come back out of the system, only discover, oh, hey, time kept going for the conch, and now they've got themselves slaughtered. We'll see how it goes. Noble world. You can always expect to find some noble gases. Hey, you. She might want to BRUSH, but we're not doing that right now. We did a lot of that yesterday, and we'll do a lot more later. But not today. Alright. So yeah, we're rich in noble gases down there. So that's very good. What about our... Yeah, energy scanner rarely picks anything up. Because most planets are not habited anyway. There are also no life forms down here. No weather, class 1 tectonics. Feeling good about this. Even though our new shields are actually only protecting us from life forms and not from either tectonics or weather. Oh man, all these pickups are tiny so far. 1 or 2 units. 7. There we go. Like, what's the point in doubling our capacity if we can strip this entire planet and it wouldn't have even filled an ordinary tank? I mean, the point, of course, is that we'll carry on to other planets. Doesn't need to all... we don't need an instant gratification, right? Slurping them up. Yeah, no. We could have... Unless this is a huge one, which it's clearly not. We could have fit that whole planet in a conventional lander. So, let's keep going. Let's hope for something a little more rewarding next time we touch down. Only 3 more planets to go in this system. Hey! What is it? I know there's no way that she can really tell me things besides getting my attention and then having me follow her. And I'm not getting up right now, sweetheart. Just got started. And there's food out there for you too. So it's not like I'm starving her. Nobody come away with that impression. Alright. A Venologous world. I don't know if I've ever seen whatever kind of world this is. Well, it's not rich in minerals. Is it rich in... Nah. No, thank you. Beta Kaylee, Planet 3. Keep on heading in. I picked up a new game for Christmas. I mean, I didn't pick it up. It was bought for me as a gift. I haven't played it yet. And I also am not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but Shin Megami Tensei 5, the one that came out for Switch just now. I've never played a game in this series. I played a few of the early Personas, which are a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei, and I've played Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which is also a spin-off. But I've never played the main series. So I'll be checking that out sometime. Soon, I hope. But right now, keeping it SVGA with our games. Don't need any polygons. I guess outside of the one lightly rendered, what's it called? Starbase graphic. Alright, magnetic world. Tectonics are not good, but there's exactly one hit of exotics down there, and it's not even big. So the tectonics are not promising. We're gonna risk it with our speedy ship. I'll keep my finger on the retreat button. Yeah. Okay. Now we might as well grab these basic metals while we're here. Better step up from commons. This isn't going bad. Yeah, we only lost one person on a Tectonic 6 planet. And we almost filled up our new double thing. Okay, so how do we make out there? Yeah, only 9 units of the exotic, but since exotics converted 25, any amount of exotics is the way to go. 118 basic metals, 56 units of noble gases. And it's not even really the main thing we're doing right now. And that's the Beta Caeli system. So I'm just making some notes here, my travel logs for the galaxy. Beta Caeli, all planets. Some minerals, that's all I found. It wasn't a bust, it wasn't a jackpot. All that's fine. Yeah, the Conqueror's still on the move. Okay. Do we need to free travel in space and find them? I think we need to get to hyperspace. And manually track these Conk down before they get themselves killed. Oh man, it's like a baby. It's like having a baby. I had to go over there. My sisters help look after my nephews. Things were very hectic around Christmas. British, you're absolutely right. It is the ship's log. It's the captain's log. Makes no sense to call it a travel log. We're not really traveling so much as exploring in our ship, of which I am the captain. So either of those would be more appropriate names. Well, I don't think this is going to be the Conk. I think this is going to be the Cilantro. Yep. Well, I don't think I'm going to suddenly get... Oh, wait. Okay. This is different. They said that they're not hostile. I have a new dialogue option, which I do not think is going to make anything different happen. But let's find out. Nah, we sounded threatening. They put up their defenses. And then they got their priority override. They must break us into component compounds. Fine. If this is the way you want it. Captain Toof, you're on. In the Earthling cruiser. Gotta get moving. And open fire. Slow moving vessel is absolutely doomed if we let them really bear down on us. But with our powerful homing missiles, we can get them pretty effectively. Alright, we're going to do a brief intermission fairly soon, just so I can find out what this cat wants. Maybe she's thirsty? No. No reaction to the T word. Okay, there. Is this a pekunk? Because I would love... British, I do want to know what you noticed. They have set out to return home. Please do not try to stop us this time. Okay. So, will any of these work? I tried the actual... This was what I tried the first time. Just telling them what's going to happen. They don't care. Or maybe this is what I tried. Either way, here's my thoughts. We've got two things that make sense. And we have one stupid sounding bullshit. I think the bullshit is more likely to work on our friends. So let's try it. You're welcome. Oh man, I certainly hope that they stay home a little bit longer this time. My goodness, folks. Alright, we'll manually navigate to a nearby star system. Ah, it's the Beta Caeli system again. Okay. Let's gather a few more resources. But then I think the new priority needs to be... We gotta actually go make contact with the Yehat, don't we? Because we're out of bullshit options. And talking sense to the punk is never going to get them to do anything. Which means... Because... Oh! British. I have not noticed that. And that is extremely valuable information. Because I'm getting better at fighting them. But now that I know that they get their one pass at me and then they need external... And that makes a lot of sense, right? Because this is their whole thing. They're going around breaking stuff down into its component compounds. They're obviously... Even their probes need a lot of energy. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to... Tiny intermission. I'm going to find out what this cat wants. I'll be right back. It's a secret to everyone. Very observant British, and I really appreciate that because obviously we're going to fight a lot of Stilandro probes in the fullness of time here. Okay, let's pop on over to Gamma Caeli here and see what's going on, and then we're going to head towards the Serpentis systems. And hopefully, let's see. Let me just, are we going to have the fuel that we need to make it back? Oh, Sol is right here. Sirius is right next to Sol. Could have just used Sirius, I guess. There's my problem. There. I need, oh yeah, only 11.4 fuel to get back. And I'm about 20 there. Yes, that's a great luxury because the fighting is it feels less frantic now that I have more of a feel for it, and especially now that I know, especially with the cruisers, I pretty much like you got to you got to get those thrusters to full right at the start because those things accelerate so slowly that if you let someone catch up on you while you're just sitting there, you're never going to get away from them. With the Stilandro, that means just you're done. So I have a little bit more luxury to pay attention now. But yeah, I hadn't picked up that fine level of detail. So very helpful. Probably being, I gotta think at least one of those 3 ships that's chasing us through hyperspace is probably a Stilandro. Although now that I've said that, wouldn't it be just like the Pekunk for 3 of them to chase me down and not a single one of them to have anything to say? I'm fond of the Pekunk in the sense that they do seem like nice folks, but I think like in real life they're that friend who like, you know, you love them but they're a little like, you know, sometimes you're ready for them to go home maybe before they're ready to finish telling you all the things that they thought about today. Anyway, some precious minerals here. The second best kind before exotic. It's not a ton. It's more than nothing. So you might as well grab it and head on over. Yeah, and that's a... yeah, small doses is the way to go with the Pekunk. They got a good song, so it's nice to see them, but like, oh man. Like, it's stressful. They have to constantly stop them from killing themselves. Like when I'm looking after my nephews. My one nephew is a baby still. And he's now a baby of the style who can move around. So like last night, my parents have a split entry house and we're just up there hanging out. And my sister just goes, oh, I gotta go like grab something because they're getting ready to go. And Carter's like at the top of the stairs in the hallway. And she's like, just keep an eye on Carter so he doesn't fall down the stairs. I was like, ah, that's a lot of pressure. Like I can easily overpower Carter. I'm not trying to brag, but he's got nothing on me. Ooh. Yes, British. The dialogue of the Pekunk is much more bearable now that I realize that the cancel button will advance the dialogue. I had given up on because I was hitting the accept or the confirm button and being like, it doesn't skip. All right, I like this meta world. Okay, there's living things down there, a lot of them, but we're protected from those. There's a lot of precious minerals. Neither the weather nor the tectonics are great, but they're also not terrible. We have 99 crew. We can spare a few. Don't tell the crew I said that. And here we go. Get the boring base metals first. Oh, 3 down. Grab some radioactives. Ooh, a stationary biological sample. The best kind. Since your weapons have... The stun blaster has the range limit of it can't shoot outside of that tiny little view window that I'm navigating in at the bottom right. So the moving ones are not easy to deal with. Oh, we're down to 6. Okay, let's finish the strip mining and just say that this is not really a great planet for hunting. It's not for hunting movers. Hey, our shields protected us from that worm. Well, purchase well spent. Okay, we lost some crew, but only 6. Yeah, barely got any biological samples, but 56 radioactives, 50 precious. Still 650 free units of space in the hold. Things are going well, and that was the moon. Although actually, I have a feeling that the bright red, very promising moon might be better than this planet. I guess it depends. Another venologist world. I'm gonna need to. I haven't really had any like holiday time off yet because, without getting into too many content management system stories. Actually, I was talking about it last week. They borked up the content management system with an update on the 18th of December. So I was on track to finish my marking on the weekend, submit final grades on the Monday, and have the whole week to Christmas shop / relax. Instead, I submitted final grades at the end of Tuesday after 3 extremely stressful days because I couldn't do anything on the weekend. With the system broken because of an update that they released on December 18th. Then I had to do all my Christmas shopping, and then I had to help look after my nephews, which I'm not complaining about. It was a great time. Especially because, I love Christmas, but the last few years I've been kind of not feeling Christmas as much. But one thing that is bringing it back is just hearing my older nephew, who's not older, he's 3, just the sweetness with which he says Merry Christmas is just great. So this planet and all its moons look very promising. Not great weather or tectonics, but there's also not that much to get. We'll get in, we'll get out. So yeah, once I have some time, among the other things I got to do, I got my list of things people have told me about over there to read about. Mostly things Stempinski's told me about. Games he's been playing lately. So I got to look into those. I got to fire up Shin Megami Tensei. But I also got to go... I got to go just look up some of these words. I mean, I know what metal world means. But what's a vinylogist world? I feel like if I knew more of the words, then rather than simply trying to remember the pattern of what the word links up with, I could do some reasoning. It's like when I see it's a metal world, like even before the scan, I'm like, very promising that we're going to have some precious metals on this planet. Now this one's a Sumerian world. Is Conan the Barbarian going to be down here? Doesn't look like it. There's no biological signs. Just small number of commons. Well, it was a beautiful dream for like 5 seconds when it might have been all metal worlds. Now I'm thinking probably only the one metal world. A dust world. Base metals. Bah. Hardly worth it. Unless there's anyone living down there in the dust world. Hey, sweetheart. Yeah, we investigated your needs and we discovered that they're unknowable to anyone but yourself right now. I'll scritch your head a little. Just a little, though. I got a ship to fly. Bring it around. And... it's another Sumerian world. Which... it's not exciting. And that is very obviously a gas giant. But heck, let's be thorough. Yeah. Okay. Alright. No, I'm not going to record in the captain's log, in the ship's log just yet. We're going to rename this one. I don't know why. You can make a new one or just stick with the name. It doesn't matter. But we're going to call it Meet the Yehat. Capitalize Yehat out of respect. We're going to go try to talk them out of being battle thralls. One thing I should have done was ask a bit about them from the commander. The Yehat. You know what? We have another way of finding out about the Yehat. We have the manual. I'm just going to pop the manual open for a moment. Who are the Yehat? What are they all about? Well, not in the table of contents. Yehat. Okay. Okay. The Yehat are the ones who uplifted the Shofixti. So that's cool. They're bird-like. Makes sense. They're the cousins of the Pkunk. Cousins with a less, you know. I hope, Mammoth Ego, that you're able to visit sometime soon over the holidays, and that'll go much better, I hope, than the reunion between the Yehat and the Pkunk will, if we're not able to stop it. Okay. They have extremely powerful brains. They got to space without the help of an advanced race, more advanced race. So they take very naturally with the humans, the Earthlings, because we did that. All of us collectively, we all get the credit. And then they have a really stable 2,000-year government, intensely martial society. They were the backbone of the Alliance Starfleet, which is not a good sign since they are not part of the Alliance Starfleet anymore. I love to see the Pkunk moving away from certain doom. So we're leaving Gamma Kaylee, and we're going to head for the Serpentis star systems. Here we go. We've got a save down. Wait, but if we use 18 fuel right now, from here... Wait, from here it was only like 11 back. 13 back. And it's going to be 16, 13 back, 18 times 2, 36, 30, 49. Yeah, I feel comfortable attempting this. I mean, we also have saves. It's not like we actually die and just drift in the vacuum of space as rubble forever. Okay, so here we go. Theta Serpentis. Meanwhile, Captain's log. Gamma Caeli. We searched all planets. And we found lots of metal. Alright. Here we go. Into hyperspace to be immediately swarmed by Slalandro, I suspect. Oh no, we're pulling away from them. Well, now I'm curious. I shouldn't be, because it's obviously going to be the Kunk. And I will regret it. Yeah, I didn't come to you seeking anything. You hailed me. Alright. Nice to see you. Here comes another one. Oh, the Slalandra. Well, I'm glad that we're taking the heat and not our Kunk friend there. Do you? I mean, I don't think the dialogue options are ever going to matter here. They are using a different coordinate system than us. That makes sense. They're alien in an extra alien kind of way, right? Ooh, okay. Captain Perks is going to have to go out there. I'd like to get to the point where we're not taking casualties every time. Alright, that was a good opening hit. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I've been hearing that energize and thought it was just part of the music. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Whew. Alright. Okay. Super valuable information, because I don't even have to watch them to see when they're grabbing an asteroid. I just have to remember that energize is actually a thing that they're saying in a context. Uh-oh. Ah, of course. just take care of yourselves. Go home, please. It's only November 14th. You don't need to visit your relatives for another month and 10 days. Hey. I just don't know. Oh, big yawn. Are you? Yeah. Okay. Okay. They're still moving. Here we go. Theta Serpentis. Make it so, Ensign. My family has a mini Christmas tree that is all just the talking Star Trek Hallmark ornaments that my dad's been given over the years. These things you know what? Oh, before this, we gotta assign some crew. Gotta fill up our Earthling cruisers in case we get attacked again. Since they're my go-to, because I can't stand to lose Fwiffo, so I'm reluctant to use the Spathi eluder too much, even though it is a much nimbler, more likely to win ship than the Earthling cruisers. It's the Slalandro. Yeah, I've heard this one. Do I have any new things? No. So let's just cut to the chase. Third law? Oh. Okay. What are the first two laws? Oh, wait. Is it... Law 1, travel the galaxy. Law 2, make peaceful contact with alien species. Oh no! This one got the drop on us. But it's out of battery. Ah. So much for that little burst of hope. Yeah. Sorry, Captain Tough. I let you down. Well, this could go from bad to worse pretty quickly. Accelerate, accelerate. No. Just mercilessly slaughtered. Okay. Well, if Fwiffo lives, we carry on, even though we're in much worse shape for touching base with our pals. Our erstwhile pals, I should say. Just gotta keep those butt missiles going. Keep them at bay here. This little intro. Lost some crew there. And we didn't land a hit. I was sure we landed a hit. There. Landed one hit. Not going well. Okay. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. I love Fwiffo, and I guess the Spathi generally's little victory trill. Hey, Squeaky. I like your little trills too. Okay, there's some Yehat coming out to greet us. Let's do a different save in case I've doomed myself here. Call it Meet the Yehat B. Or I won't if I can't remember to, there we go. And we'll use this one just in case losing my Earthling cruisers there has left me grotesquely unprepared to deal with the challenges I might meet greeting the Yehat. Before I do anything else, sorry crew, more of you have to join the combat fleet. Even though, yes, Captain Fwiffo is not very good at using his ship, and a lot of you are probably going to die unnecessarily. Alright, bringing it in. Theta Serpentis, Planet 3. What do we got here? Okay, we've got some rare earths. Got nothing living down there. The tectonics are bad, but we can make a pretty quick beeline across this planet in our speedy lander. We're gonna take the risk. Oof. Ugh. Biggest deposit. Blew right past it. And then there's just one more. Okay. Casualties to a minimum. Got some rare earths from this green world. I understand what that means, at least in the sense of the color. Because that planet is green. It's a green world. On the flip side, though. Why is it green? I don't know. What should I have expected? I mean, it also had the green-coated minerals. So maybe that's just a very simple connection that I don't need to learn any science to understand. Just a bunch of common stuff down there. Let's bring it in a little closer. Check out Planet 1 of Theta Serpentis. And then we'll go greet our once and hopefully future companions, the Yehat. See if we can at least negotiate some kind of please don't kill the conch, they mean well kind of truce. And don't enslave them. They will not be useful battle thralls for the Urquan. Then we get some noble gases, some looks like both radioactives and corrosives. Whoops. Tectonics are atrocious. Are there any fluorescent monsters down there? No. Alright. Let's hit this fluorescent pink world. A Bret Hart kind of planet. This is going well. We've lost a crew member. We are loaded with minerals, and we're gonna make one last run down there. The fuel use is actually pretty high. We gotta stop. What does it profit a man to gain the world but be stranded in hostile deep space forever? I guess, I don't know. I don't think it's going to turn out to be possible in this game to chart a course for Earth, run out of fuel on the way, and rely on inertia. I don't think inertia is going to get you through hyperspace, is my concern here. So we got to go manually, I guess, into hyperspace. And we'll sit still, conserve fuel, let the Yehat come to us, and hope that this diplomatic mission goes well, despite the fact that technically the Yehat are required to destroy us. Hailing the Yehat. And there's 4 of their ships, which I've never fought, and I don't have much of a fleet. I gotta turn this up a tiny bit. But, well, yes, we know that. Hey, sweetie. But what are your queen's actual wishes? Okay. So, they have this thing where they have a long continuity of rulers. It's obviously not a democracy. I think they probably do care a lot about honor and vows. And hey, you are our allies first. Let's try it. Oh, and hey, a reminder. We're the United Federation of Worlds now. Okay, the Queen. Yeah. Come on. Don't you think we're on thin ice here? Because obviously the Queen is very important, even though these individual Yehat don't they don't want to obey her orders, but they feel like they have to. So we gotta be careful criticizing the Queen, but if we're doing it in terms that they can relate to, let's try it. Damn your eyes. Okay. They did let us go. What happens this time? We're not back. We just didn't leave yet. Okay, maybe now we can appeal to them there's a middle ground here where you superficially honor your oaths to the Urquan while helping us out. Let's try it. No. It's fucking queen. This is risky. But I didn't become. Okay, well, what about... Yes! I was about to say, what about some information if you can't give us material aid? When we were fighting the Great War against the Mycons... Okay, let me get my info sheet here. Encountered a number of odd worlds which seem to be having their crust shattered. .5 231.2. Ah. Okay. Trick the Mycons, you say? Okay. Goodbye, Yehat, our allies and friends. We're not forgetting about you. Okay. Well, this was fruitful. Let's get out of here for now. Let's, Okay. Pekunker, once again, going home, which you love to see. They're still on their way home. It's not going to last long. Okay, where are these coordinates they just gave us? Oh, yeah. Further out, past them. 639.5, so right around here. And then 231.2. Beta Brai? Yep. Okay. It's going to take a fair bit of fuel. Hopefully. Okay. Before we return to Earth, let's hit this system, the Capella system, on the fringe of Yehat space. Hopefully we find some more minerals. We'll go back. Maybe we can upgrade the ship with another fuel pod. And maybe we'll take a look into what's going on with these Mycon and what they're guarding. Now, I believe the Mycon, just based on their name, are going to be mushroom people of some kind. We'll ask the commander for some details whilst we're back there. Okay. Well, here we go. Heading into Capella Planet 2. I guess it makes sense that the star systems on the fringe of the densely populated parts of space are pretty spare, because why would you colonize the sparser, not mineral-rich planets? Pardon me. Okay, but all that said, loads of noble gases down there, extremely low tectonics and no weather events at all. We're gonna stock up very quickly and get out of here. Oh my goodness. I mean, there are certainly some charms to just being somewhere quiet. Not many people around. The weather's fine. All you hear. Hello, Zenzore. It is what... I wish I could give you a better answer than to say it's whatever version GOG.com sells in the Star Control 1 and 2 2-pack. That's the best that I've got for you. So, I don't know. It doesn't have voice acting, so that is one thing. I think it's like, I don't know how many versions there are around the original release. I am quite open to recommendations, although at this that might be just something I check out again in my life when I want to play this again, just because I'm into this now, right? This is day 5. That's the thing, right? But yeah, I've heard good things about that, and frankly, I'm already 5 days in a huge fan now of the Star Control series, so I can certainly imagine myself wanting to play a fancier version in the future. Okay, cool. See, the mod support is promising, because maybe I might finish the main quest and just think, well, there, I finished the main quest. But if there's other stuff going on, variations on the main quest or user generated whatever, who knows? Worth checking out. Okay. Oh, come on. Will I be any better at this in Urquan Masters? I guess probably there's nothing about a given source port that can make me better at navigating in with inertial drift. Ooh, light. Ooh. That's why we call it an ooh-light world, because you hit that mineral scan and you just go, ooh. Should be an ooh-like world. Ooh, likey. All right, here we go. Let's stock up. Fill our boot. Oh, the weather is atrocious. We're trying it. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Well, this is a one-time only trip. So I'm targeting the precious... Ah! Get out of there, get out of there. Okay. Okay. Ensign, start drafting 14 letters to crew members' families, please. And we'll let's go deliver those right now, because we're running low on crew. But we got enough to get home, and we have a pretty well stocked cargo hold. I'm hoping for... I don't know if the commander's going to be excited about the load I bring back, but I think at least he won't have the vaguely disappointed ellipse before he says, like, good job, or this will help, or whatever he says. Really, that's all I need. I don't need him to be thrilled. I just don't want to detect the subtle disappointment in his voice. So, Senzure, I'm going to gather you've played a fair bit of Star Control 2, or Star Control generally yourself. So I'm going to ask you 2 questions. 1, played Star Control 1, and you know, like, it's fun enough. Not a ton of strategy, really, even though it's got the like star map strategy thing. But the combat was fun and all that. The sound was atrocious, but on the whole, neat little game. Wouldn't make you expect something this rich as the immediate follow-up, but obviously they had the budget to realize their vision. So now I'm playing this. I haven't played Star Control 3, and I've heard mixed things. I've heard there were mixed reactions. I don't think the original creative team was involved. Any Star Control 3 experience? Any thoughts to share with me about whether I'm going to ever want to go on to that? Yeah, that's what I've heard. And finally, I know that the creators had a big, long legal battle, and they didn't get the rights to the name Star Control, but they got the rights to the actual aliens. And they were working on something, but do you know the status of that? I recognize this is something I could just Google. I'm enlisting you in place of Google, but I keep only thinking about it when it's not appropriate for me to be Googling things. Hello, Commander. We're just dropping some stuff off. Alright. Yeah, well, the commons weren't really the ones I was hoping to blow your mind with, Captain. Pretty good with the base metals. Not bad with the noble gases. Rare earths, nah. Precious. We got some radioactives. And we got very few, but we got exotics. Yeah, it was. I think what they got was everything from Star Control 2 back, asset-wise. Yeah, I followed the legal battle as an observer who was just interested. Like, I hadn't even played the games at that point. But I have not followed the ongoing development. I missed what the commander just said, but I know that I'm very happy with the resources we got. That's really what's important, right? All right, so first things first, let's get a fleet back. A couple of Earth cruisers. I really need the capacity. That's one thing we're missing here. Hail, Stimpinski! That one works whether I'm the Avatar or if I'm the captain. Senzori, I think I do have that going on. I gotta... In fact, I am so confident that all of my DOSBox playing has been with the CPU cycles up too high. That's something I gotta... Maybe this afternoon. I need to... When I log off here, I gotta just learn how to adjust my cycles, because I've also been playing Wizardry. Like 1981 wireframe dungeon Wizardry. And holy moly, the battle messages scroll pretty quickly. Alright, and then refuel. I definitely will. Thank you for the recommendation. I'm gonna add that to my notes of things people tell me. Don't get Remix Pack 4, but do check out SC2UKM someday. Exclamation point. The music in this, the music in this game is so good that it's easy to imagine really good remixes. I'm guessing that you're talking about an audio remix pack? Yeah, the Yehat don't look like they should. There aren't many aliens in this game that seem like the theme should be low-key. Okay. Oh, we've got some pods back. What is it? Don't even know what some of this stuff does. Which I suppose I can look into. But I'm not going to today. Today I think I will just settle for one more fuel tank. And then let's fuel it up. Expanding our reach. What's your... it seems like it very well might be the Yehat. But, there we go. Fully fueled. But what's your favorite alien theme? What's your favorite theme from this game, Senzori? And Stimpinski, to your comment earlier, I have watched Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect Andromeda be played by another person. Otherwise, I'm not super familiar with those games, to be honest. Okay. Here we go. Setting out again. And, I'm throwing in a save. Go back to this one, except now we're going to call it... Oh, my ex Stimpinski, I only saw her play those two Mass Effects, but I did see her play the Dragon Age games many times. I know that the Senzori for now just actually tell me your favorite DOS original and your favorite remix. Really put the pressure on you. with the prompts. I do know that the BioWare fans like to do a lot of playthroughs. Get the different relationships, make the different major political choices. That kind of thing. Meet the... What am I talking about? Mycon. So I don't know what the answer here could be. The Yehat recommended that we... I've heard many good things, Mammoth Ego, about Knights of the Old Republic. Though I've never played it. And I have had the wild twist. Oh! That's exciting to hear, Senzori, because I think my next move here is to go meet the Mycon. Okay. Noted. I'll check out the Urquan remix on YouTube. Because they do have an appropriately sinister song in this game. Oh, the music in this game is so good. So far, I think the Melnorme is my favorite song. Ah, well, I'm glad you had fun with it, Stimpinski, that Spelljammer game. I know that on the CRPG Addict, I think he did finish it, and I don't think he did many posts about it. So I'm not surprised to hear it was short. Yeah, I'm looking for more historical data, Commander. I'm interested in the other starfaring races, and specifically the Mushroom Men. Hard to get a handle on. Oof. Okay. These Mycon aren't sounding great. Spend a lot of energy on life support. They need to live in extreme heat. They sought the Urquan out. So the Yehat were like, maybe you can talk, they'll talk you into hitting the planet. But nothing. Thank you, Senzori. That's very thoughtful. And Stimpinski, I agree. Everything... Actually, tell me about the Vooks while I'm here, Commander, because we've got some... Oh, the Umga as well. Okay, I gotta actually read a lot of this dialogue. But yeah, Spelljammer sounds like such a cool setting from what I've read about it. I know that... well, Wizards of the Coast now. I guess it would have been TSR back then. They kind of cast it aside when they came up with the planes idea to explain why there's all these different settings. But I do think that magic spaceships is a more fun way to explain how Dark Sun and Forgotten Realms all exist in the same logic. The Umgar, some nice big blobs. Okay. At least they'd be entertaining. They're eager to talk before, during, and after battle. Okay. Connection with the heirloom. You don't know any details. Let me tell you something, Commander. We also heard that the Umga know how to manipulate the Ilrith. My guess isn't the way to manipulate the Ilrith just to make them think that you're... Ah, yes. He's just going to tell me the story that Rand offended the Vooks Starship Commander, thus leading them to hate us forever. I tried apologizing twice to the Vooks on behalf of all of humanity. I don't think I was abject enough. Either that or there's just no hope of apologies working, because they did not accept the apology or not try to kill us. I suppose if I can find this Alpha Sirinkov system... I'm iffy about spoilers, Senzore, but if it's trivial, like trivia, I think I can live with that. Like, but if it's something like, you know, Don't tell me what's going to happen when I go to the Mycon. But sure. I'll trust your judgment on not spoiling something big while calling it small. Yes, when we were talking to them, two things that I can remember of my conversations with the Vooks are that in addition to being very insulted by our words, they are very, very frank with their own. I'm not sure if they would have been like that without the initial insult, but they certainly think we're hideous. And I certainly was like, I mean, if I met a Vooks, I would not be like, hey, like let's cuddle, you know. Nothing. Trying not to be a lookist or anything, but they certainly aren't appealing to me visually. They're fun. I'm very fond of the tone this game strikes, where the story is very dark and serious, and a lot of thought was put into all the relationships between the alien races and the state of the galaxy, and then it's still just wacky, and like all like not all like the there's nothing funny so far about the Urquan, and there's nothing funny so far about the Ilreth, but there is a lot that's funny about a lot of them. Even when it's things like, you know, the Pekunk possibly getting themselves slaughtered because they want to go hang out with the Yehat and they won't listen to reason. That's very grim, but it's wacky in context, and it all works. It's a tightrope walk that the game has pulled off very well so far. There's the Pekunk still moving home. Yeah, I got a feeling we're gonna be at some point, you know, having longer dialogues with the Urquan. But the few interactions we've had with them. Oh, there's the Serenkovs. So is this gonna be Alpha Serenkov? Heck, I could try to do both on the way. We've got a save down. Let's see if we can hit up Alpha Serenkov and talk to this Vuxian Admiral, and then we'll care if we're not just wiped off the star map. We'll head a little deeper and see if we can talk the Mycon. I don't know what we'd have to offer the Mycon. I mean, it's very hot on Mercury. If you want to come see our home, we could set you up on an arid wasteland of a planet because it's too close to the sun. Just the way you like it. When you set your like not even looking at the manual. Oh, and not whoops. Accidentally dropped out of hyperspace. We're back on track. Yeah, when you can pull it off, a blind playthrough of something of a classic can be very satisfying if it's well executed. Like this, I'm reasonably blind in this. I read about this game in the late 90s when I first got the internet, but I never had access to it. But it always kind of stuck in my head as something I thought was cool. So I know that I've learned things that I haven't, like, I remember reading about things that I haven't encountered yet. So in some ways, I'm out ahead of my skis. But by and large, I haven't read anything recently about the game. And so far, that's cool. It might turn out to be frustrating at some points. But so far, so good. All right. We've got lots we could look at here while we, you know, probably the Admiral, who I do hope is an admirable sort. An admirable admiral. It's not good. Yeah, so far, Sensore, I think this is treating me very well for a blind playthrough because, number one, there are many different things on the go. and I don't feel like I'm expected to know which exact one to prioritize, except for the Pekunk. Whenever the Pekunk start moving, I'm like, ah, go away, go away. Yeah, nothing exciting on this water world. Okay, get some biological samples down there. Let's do it. Yeah, so both the range of stuff that's going on and the tendency of the game to either have the commander catch you up, like every now and then the commander just has a report for you that gives you something to do, or every now and then just you're in space and you run into something and it gives you a new thread to follow. So there's lots of threads to follow, which I think is the most important thing. I just recently, I think that by and large, the sound design in this game is terrific. I do think they could have got the balance a bit better. Starflight. That is a game that I've learned about fairly recently that I might be checking out in DOS form one day. Maybe that one. I know there was a, like, I know that the folks who worked, like, some of the people who worked on Starflight include the two lead guys about this game. Starflight. And yeah, a WAP browser is a whole different thing. Okay, we're not going to get this very quickly moving guy. But yeah, I was reading a bit about Starflight and some other games. The CRPG Addict, a blogger who just plays a lot of CRPGs and writes about them, grouped a bunch of games together under what he called the Starflight lineage, which went all the way from Starflight to Star Control 2. They're not literally a series, but they're all kind of, they share some creative threads and things like that. Certainly, for whatever reason, I am filling in all the blanks of PC games that I thought sounded really cool in the past. And yeah, some things that are on my future list. I'm going to be starting Ultima 6 soon. So I just finished a blind playthrough of Ultima 5. Only took me 100 hours to figure that out without any walkthroughs. I know of Elite Dangerous, and that's like a spacefaring kind of massive open world kind of deal. I think massively multiplayer online, kind of build your ship, upgrade it, join a faction, stuff like that. Intergalactic politics. I don't know, but everything I've read about it makes it sound like exactly the kind of game you're describing. That people absolutely love, but that can be cruel at times and also addictive. So it can both let you down with, like, you know, something horrible happening and you lose your beloved ship. And you feel deflated. I'm on a wizardry break because my very well leveled party, I took them down to the 7th level of the dungeon by the stairs instead of the elevator, which I should not have done. And long story short, 2 of them are dead and one of them's turned to stone. And they're just I just left them down there. I'm gonna need to grind up a new party to go save them. And I'll be coming back to that later on because, oh man, it's disheartening. Well, at least I guess if that's your feel about the way that Elite doesn't quite satisfy you, I guess at least you're not playing Star Citizen, right? You're, you can always tell yourself, you know what? At least the developers are kinder to me than Chris. Oh, I'm blanking on his name, but you know the Star Control, the Wing Commander guy who does Star Control, Chris Roberts. Yeah, Star Citizen. I will never play, but it's fascinating to read about because it's just like the amount of money that. Yeah, Senzure, like, if you're already in, like, I understand there's a bit of, perhaps even a bit more conceptual overlap between Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen. So it's probably something you get some note of. Ooh, you love to see it, don't you? Yeah, maybe Star Citizen gets actually off the ground. Maybe around 2030, it's going to really light a fire under the Elite Dangerous developers. Okay. Well, it's not the richest treasure world, but it's going to be an awfully safe trip. Oh, Star Citizen is clearly too ambitious. And also, it has a fan base that, like, at least a portion of its fan base is both willing to make endless excuses for delays and things just not showing up. But also, some portion of its fan base is willing to be like, sure, I'll pay $5,000 for a ship that you promise you're one day going to program into this game. This is what I've heard, Senzore. Basically, I get the sense that he's one of these, you know, I think everybody, all creative people to some degree, thrive under some level of constraint, whether or not they believe that that's how they are. But I think that with Chris Roberts, he's of the type who, like, without the constraint, he just can't, like, at a certain point, you know, you got to move from the brainstorming stage, right? But it feels like the brainstorming for some of these folks. Stimpinski, that's it, right? Instead of just, here are all the different, we've got beta alphas, really, of all our layers of gameplay. They don't interact yet in any way, from what I've heard, in Star Citizen. And it's been like, how long has that been an early release? I know these are just corrosives, but while we're here, we got a big cargo hold. We got a lot of fuel. We're nervous about trying to make headway with the Vuxian Admiral. Any questions? Yeah, any questions about Star Control right now? No. I think right now, I feel like I know what I want to know. But who knows? If I come up with anything, I'll be sure to ask. An ultramarine world. If I remembered the name, there was a planet type that I saw for the first time. Yes, Fwiffo. Fwiffo is my one hard line that I will not accept if I go into a battle and I lose Fwiffo. I gotta load and I gotta do it again. Any other battle, if I make it out, no matter how Pyrrhic, I will limp onwards. But I love Fwiffo. I am very attached to him as a character. Not just the fact that the Eluder is a great ship and I can't build anymore yet. But I just love him. He's just like, I did like 2 hours of test play before I decided to do a stream of Let's Play this. And so I met him during that and was just like, from the moment you start talking to him, you're like, I know that this guy is in the Urquan hierarchy, but he's just so clearly got a good heart in addition to be like, sure, he's also a complete coward, but you just feel like there's goodness in there. And he's so funny, and then he joins you and you're just like, well, I got to keep this little guy safe. So I can't let him go. I did the same thing in Ultima 5. There's one way to get a party member permakilled. And so I got Shimino permakilled once, and I was just like, in that case, it wasn't necessarily that I love Shimino so much, because the characters, the Ultima characters, don't really have much in the way of personality as of Ultima 5. But I mean, I was attached to him anyway, just from making up my own stuff about him. But also, it was just like, I'm gonna play Ultima 6 one day, and he's gonna be there. So it's going to bug me if I let him get perma-killed, but he's not really dead. Right. That's true. Stempinski, that's a very fair point. He's there in the intro. How much personality... I mean, you get that, like, he's the more... No, I don't remember anything about what I got out of Shimina's personality. Obviously, he's a tough dude. Gets shot with a blast from the Shadow Lords and keeps on limping along with you. That is one thing that's going to be really interesting, I think, in Ultima 6. That's true. I think most of the NPC story that I got was just riffing about ELO and Gweno's hypothetical marital problems. Making our way in. Oh no, we're just doing the moons. Jeez, we're nowhere as close. Did I do this one already? Oh, we'll know soon enough. Yeah, I did. Check the last moon and on to planet 6. I did play Ultima Underworld, Stempinski. That was actually the first Ultima that I ever beat. And the first game that I bought on my gaming PC here. And sort of kind of what got the ball rolling for... Yeah, I did. Got the ball rolling for me to finally say, you know what? I believe I can do it. I can play the real Ultimas now. And I'll do good. Yeah. I liked Ultima Underworld a lot. I did not do a blind playthrough there. Well, I went in blind, and then I think it was right around level 6 that, or possibly level 7. I got pretty deep before I started just getting into one quasi-unwinnable state after another. First, I had the first thing that happened to me is that if you have the older version, and for some reason, because apparently they fixed this when they did the CD-ROM version, but the original disc version is what GOG.com sells, and it has a bug where I guess the database tables that keep track of items and where they are on each floor, there's a limit on each floor. Like, just you can only have so many rows in the table. And so if you have too much stuff in your gear, and you go onto a floor that has a lot of stuff on it, and now you're over the cap for that floor, the game shows a little message that says like table error or list error. Just a not very informative error message appears, but the game keeps playing. So I didn't think anything of it, which stupid of me. What I found out it does is every single time something goes wrong like that, radioactive world. Love to see it. Even if we don't make any allies here. It deletes an item randomly, picks one random item and deletes it permanently from the game. To get it down, or as many items as it needs to delete to make it fit the table for that dungeon level. And so, as a result, I deleted an important quest item. Or rather, I deleted an important item. Senzore, thank you for dropping by. It was fun chatting with you. I'm glad you came and watched. I hope you come back. You're certainly welcome. I do this every Sunday and sometimes on Saturday. No, every Sunday, sometimes. Yeah, that's what I said. Anyway, take care. Yeah, Stambinski, that's one way you could try to avoid it. But yeah, so I lost something. I think it might have been a flute that you need at one point. Very frustrating. And so at that point, I had to get a walkthrough to tell me. Now I've got these backwards. That was my second near finish. The first one was the prison floor. I messed up and made both my saves after I got locked in the prison. And so the only way out is fighting through a whole lot of fire elementals. And since I was playing blind up to that point, I didn't start as a spellcaster. And I had not learned how to use the level up system properly to develop. So I had no magic. I couldn't create food. I was out of food, so I couldn't sleep to get my health back. I had nothing to do but try to fight fire elementals, which of course can fire at you from a distance to get out. So I got very frustrated there. I started looking at walkthroughs at that point just to try to find a way off that floor. Didn't work. So eventually the way I got out was just trying again and again until I figured it out. But then I had the flute thing happen, and I was like, oh God, I hope there's another fucking flute in this game. And it turned out there's one other flute in the entire game. Or one flute left. Yes, if I ever play Ultima Underworld 2, I will read the manual so that I know how to do magic. And then when I fire it up, I will be a balanced character who does wise things, like knows how to use magic to make food, so I'm not always desperate on the brink of starvation until I learn how to fish. So, yeah. The one flute that was still in the game, I would never have found without a walkthrough. It was, the way it was placed is first of all, it's in an obscure secret room that when you get there, there's nothing of it, like on the ground, there's just like some broken, like low quality weapons, even if they weren't broken. Urea worlds, not good. You always hope the yellows will be a treasure planet, not a Urea. So, the one flute in this room of junk is underneath one of the broken swords. And as you know, because you played the game, the dungeon is 3D, but the items and the character sprites and the monsters and everything are 2D. So if there's a sword on top of a flute, it just looks like a sword. You would never know there was something under it, and you would never think to pick it up because it's trash. So after I was told it was there, I went and I picked it up, and then I put a whole lot of items down, and then I was like, I just got to find out how to use this flute now. I'm not hanging onto the flute trying to solve the mystery. And at that point, something uncorked in me, and I wound up doing a lot of walkthrough consulting on my way out. What do you got for me playing Auric World? I love gold. Here we go. And it's very concentrated on one side. Nothing down there. But gold. Let's hit it. Let's do this. Ooh. Full confession, Splittermond is still on my list. I think I was babbling about how hectic the run-up to Christmas was before you got here. But my Christmas relaxation is going to start, I think, on Tuesday. Because tomorrow, for better and for worse, I have to write a job application because they finally posted my position. They waited till Christmas. So I got the joy of writing a cover letter. But then once the break comes, I'm clearing this list of things people have told me sound cool. So I'm looking forward to finding out. Because I can only comment on your dilemma here based on general coolness and like Beastmaster with Giant Spider and Mystic Warrior. Those both sound very cool. Oh, 5-day family visit. I love my family. I very much doubt anyone except maybe my cousin is watching. And you're not involved in what I'm about to say, cousin, if you're still watching. But I love my family. But I'm very grateful, especially like my immediate family, my mom and dad, my sister and nephews and all that. They live right here. like they're across the bridge, but we're all in the same municipality. So I don't have to do a 5-day visit at Christmas, which I'm grateful for. I've not found the general yet. Then again, there's lots of places left to check. Did I check this already? This moon? Yeah, this is the Auric World I just picked dry. Alright, it's obviously a gas giant in the middle. But, as is my tradition, I will verify that thing that I just said out loud that I know. It's a gas giant. Yeah. So with a 6-hour train ride, I mean, you gotta really put in the time. But I could, it's that balance. It's close enough that there's no excuse not to go at Christmas. It's far enough you gotta stay a few days. If it was further, you could say like every 3 Christmases, I'll be able to afford the plane tickets to cross the sea or whatever. All right. I didn't know that. Admiral. Dun, 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 dun. No, I am here for polite repartee. He just offered me the maidens. Why am I going to threaten him? Okay. I like this guy already, and I don't think I took a moment to really listen to the Vux song last time around. I like it. Dun 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 dun. I like the beat. Kind of syncopated. All right. What are you doing here? What? This guy's great. What's your hobby? Oh. Huh. Okay. This is starting to get a little dicey. If he's collecting beautiful specimens, does that mean he's like imprisoning, what are they called? The Siren? In addition, apparently he's got Shofixti maidens. Admiral ZEX, don't do this. Okay. We're dancing right on the edge here. I can't tell if he's telling me that he's keeping sentient sapient beings. You'd give anything for this gorgeous creature. Okay. Ah, thank you. Jeez. Okay. So what do you need? Okay, clue to find the planet. Ancient Wildlife Handbook. I'm listening. I'm ready to type. Yellow light, Lynch, Nass, Plo, 8-star translation. Snake-like creature who has swallowed the elephantine okay. It would be super flattering, Stimpinski, if Admiral ZEX turned out the most beautiful creature of all. It's you, Captain James. I would have to say I'm sorry. I gotta save the galaxy here. I can't live in your zoo just because you said I'm pretty. But that is much kinder than anything that your countrymen have said to me. So yeah, what's your story? Why don't you attack me? Not because you like us. Admire, respect. But why? Yeah. Most, but not all. So there are others. This is kind of an important point, more broadly, that we could keep in mind in real life. Is that even when there are things you could say about a region or a populace, people aren't a monolith. You hear sometimes, especially when people talk about American politics, oh, who cares what happens to those people in that state? They shouldn't have voted for that government if they didn't want to. But I've heard of very few democratic elections that have ever won with 100% of the vote for one person. We do have two eyes, Admiral ZEX. There's a real kind of, yeah. There's a real kind of riding the line here between respect and fetishization. Some of the things he says, you're just people to me, that's nice. So a pervert. You are a pervert. Well, there are some subtle differences, Admiral ZEX. We do have that in common. Okay. Well, hey, this was productive, and it was nice to meet you. Ah, thank you. You look the same as all the other Vux to me, but not in a racist way. Just in the sense that you're literally the same sprite. Okay. That was productive. We have another quest. Proliferating quests. A little ethically dicey. Again, I can't tell if he's asking me to get him like wildlife or full-on like intelligent people. Oh, you know what? I do gotta come here and make a note to myself. I did the Capella system, which I didn't make notes about. All planets, nothing much. And then I got a note here that I've done the Alpha Zerenkov system. All planets. What did I find? I'm sure if I spent a lot of time among the Vux, right? It's just that I wasn't raised around them, which makes it tough. It's not inherently racist, I don't think, to not be able to tell other people who don't have, people who you didn't see when you were young and their particular collection of traits apart. the racist part is when you extrapolate from that not to, oh, I am not worldly and I need to do better and like meet more people, as opposed to saying, yeah, all those people do look the same. No, they don't. They really don't. I've met a lot of people from around the world as a living in a city with international universities and teaching in one of them. One thing I found consistently is people are different. Okay, the Pekunk are all the way home. We feel good about that. So let's pull up the star map and let's find out about these Mycons. Oops. Oh, I gotta finish my note here. Admiral ZEX is on planet 1. And I should also add a tag here. My weird notes about this Lynch Na Plo 8-star system. Snake-like creature who has swallowed the elephantine beast. In the end, I'm sure it's not going to turn out to be that hard to solve that riddle. But we'll see. I mean, I'm going to have to solve it to find out. Look at Bernicus. Right. Wait, no. 630. Pardon me. 9.5. So around here. And 231.2. Oh, it's Beta Bra. So right around. There. Chart a course for Beta Bra. Let's see how we can get along with the... You know what? I'm going to read about the Mycon very quickly here. The Mycon. They're neither plant nor animal. There's something. They're like an ambulatory fungus. They're asexual. They bud off to produce by making separate... You know, they crack a piece off, have it grow. That's an Ultima 2 concept, right? Or I guess Ultima 1 is the space travel too. Exchange genetic material by exhaling and inhaling DNA-rich spores. Comfortable in hellish environments of hot rock and poisonous vapors which kill most other species in seconds. Culturally, they're baffling. They're born adult, instantly able to resume responsibilities. Well, it's because they're popping off of another adult as kind of a offshoot of them. In addition, all Mycons occasionally undergo temporary but dramatic personality transformation as though they were possessed by a different Mycon personality. Okay. Well, that's very strange, to be sure. But the strangeness is something that we absolutely want. Because there could be a wild card to work with here. If they're just a straightforward... The Mycon are merciless and reject all diplomacy. And we're not going to have any luck here with them. That's probably a Vux ship. And I don't think we're going to have any more luck apologizing to the regular ones. So hopefully we can just get out of their space without any further confrontation. And this one's not gaining on me. So we know it's not the Slalandro. And if they're not gaining on me, I don't have to worry about fighting them at all. Alright, we're definitely being confronted here. By the Slalandro, I'm going to predict. Yep. You do not... Stop lying. Stop lying. You're getting annihilated. Even their defense systems immediately get overridden. They can't even maintain the idea that they're defending themselves. They're like, alright, no. We're not really defending ourselves. We're killing you. Captain Trent and Captain Perks. The descendant of the last Captain Perks. Let's try to keep them alive. Captain Trent. Trent? You're on it. Okay. Thrusters to full. Ooh, hit by an asteroid. No casualties. Firing. Just cracking off some shots. Keep them at a distance. Ah. This is not good. Not good. Okay, the battery's gone. Ah, they energized immediately, but... Oh. Sorry, Captain Trent. That was going good for a moment. Okay. We don't have to risk Fwiffo. Ah, Fwiffo, you're the cleanup crew. Ah. No luck with those butt missiles. Heavy casualties here. But Fwiffo got the job done. We do have a lot of crew. We'll crew them back up. Hopefully we're not getting into... Hopefully diplomacy is going to win the day anyways. But let's assign some crew to Fwiffo. Returning to a moment ago with the Ultima space travel thing, Stupinski. I love the cover for Ultima 2, where the avatar, or the stranger, I guess, has a laser pistol while also looking, like, really just very frank about, like, we didn't really try for any kind of clear anything here. Okay, lots of Mycon. One of these planets has something. Nothing to do but make contact and hope for the best. Juffa Whoop. Juffa Whoop's the hot light in the darkness, I bet. Sure. 69.1, 220.8. 2. Okay. Had to handwrite those down. Okay. Well, we're gonna easy to make a choice here since I don't want to be antagonistic. Okay. Will you let us leave? Nope. Well, I don't like our odds just because I don't know anything about the Mycon, but that makes this a good learning opportunity. So let's try this. Okay. Earthling cruisers are not well equipped for fighting the Mycon because they have extremely high damage. Oh no. Hit the planet and lost a crew member. Yeah. Yikes. Well, maybe this is a good time for some more Pekunk practice since we are certainly probably not going to be able to defeat an entire fleet of these dudes. So their whole problem is that they're slow. The Pekunk are extremely quick and very capable of overcoming their inertia. They have great acceleration and great top speed. Their gun sucks, and their secondary is just to recharge their battery. But yeah. Oh. Polly just came right back to life. That seems to be a Pekunk thing sometimes. I should read their entry. Huh. The sound clip when the Pekunk are recharging is just random insults spoken in. Oh no! Hit the planet. You always lose crew for hitting a planet, even though you don't always lose crew for hitting an asteroid. Not sure what the deal is there. Well, we landed a hit. If it wasn't so hard to aim these guns. Well, also the guns are very ineffective. Both of those things are problems. The Pekunk are not our most helpful ships in our fleet. Especially because, as I should have probably anticipated, the Myconids seem to regenerate. Ah, okay. So it's like there's like a resurrection roll every time. I think if I could. And Polly is hitting her rolls. Oh, they have to use their whole battery to regenerate. That's a promising bit of information. Yeah, I definitely think that. Oh, goodness. I've already forgotten the Nim, but our new guest today. Oh, that's shameful of me. Just getting too popular. It's hard to remember all the new ones. Okay, so Polly eventually lost, but that was a great learning experience. To know both that, because I think I remember it happening once with the Pekunk, but I just didn't kind of note it as an ability. Good to know that they make up for their extreme squishiness with random resurrections, which are nice. The Mycon have deadly weapons, just merciless weapons, but they're slow. A quick ship can evade their weapons. Their battery recharges slowly, and if they are forced to use their regeneration power, they're suddenly extremely vulnerable. Now, the Earthling cruisers, though, are never going to be any good at fighting them. How will Fwiffo fare? Okay, so they're actually not... Their ship isn't that slow. What's slow... Oh, no, they hit me. What's really slow for them is their turning. This is helpful. And their weapons, for that matter. I know that the official conventional wisdom is that the Spathi Eluder is just the best ship, like, despite whatever rock, paper, scissors charts you could make for ship strengths. I know the real pros would say that, just use the Eluder every time and win easily. In practice, I don't really think that the Eluder seems like the ship to use. I just got myself with the butt missile. Alright, so we know we're loading. And because of their poor acceleration, it's not going to be the Earth Cruiser. That's my go-to ship. They're low on battery right now. Yeah. Okay. I got to get the CPU cycle thing under control before next week. Because I think it'll be much easier to navigate the faster ships when they don't turn wildly at the slightest press. No hallelujah there for Jay. Alright, Crow. Once more into the breach, dear Pekunk. Or else close up the wall with our earthling dead. Okay. Oh, it was a miracle resurrection. Okay, I gotta remember to keep the pressure up. Nah. Nah. Okay, now that I understand this, it's a great fit for the Pekunk that they can just randomly resurrect themselves. Fits with their nonsense spirituality. Nah. I put a dent in that, given that the Pekunk, whatever the ship's called, might not be the... We got spread fire now. Easier to aim. Oh yeah, jeez. Right now, the answer for who should we be sending to fight the Mycon is Captain James and the Returner. Ah, except that I'm not fast enough to catch it if it doesn't want to come to me. That's defense, good offense. I can shoot their shot down and having the... Oh, regenerating, because this thing can keep distance from me pretty easily. Come on. Oh, they don't actually have speed. It just did a successful slingshot move that time before. When I suddenly learned that they're fast. Or thought they... Ah, he's regenerated fully. He landed a hit there. And there. And there. Yikes. Ah. Pinballed. Yeah. Okay. The Mycon are out of our league right now. At least with the CPU speed a little too high. So there's something to work on for next time. I gotta see this through to the end until I'm killed. It's just not gonna take long now. Ah. You don't get the satisfaction, Mycon. Whatever precious thing you're protecting, I just kamikaze. Alright. Okay. Okay, so... We're not meeting the Mycon right now. But let's load the save call to meet the Mycon. And think of something else to do. Less than an hour left to go today before I shut her down. But more than zero. So let's do something. There's the Pekunk. Nice and gone home, just the way I like them. We did not have any luck with these folks. Urquan are not our pals, obviously. What if we go into Spathi space? Spathi space. Who knows? I mean, this is a great time for finding out. So, try to get out of Vuk space and through Ors space without any catastrophes. should return over here to my notes and see what else I've got on the go that I know of. Well, I mean, I could look around for this 8-star system. I mean, there's one clue. 8 stars. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, rho? What good were the 2 years of ancient Greek that I took in undergrad half a lifetime ago? That's as far as I can get into the Greek alphabet in order. I'm going to say this. British, I think the slower ones were Vux because we were in Vux space, or possibly Ords. I think the faster one is Slalandra. Why you gotta lie? What if we just say goodbye? Nope. There's no way around it. No way around it but through. So a lot depends here on Captain Trent getting a good starting position so he can accelerate. No, not good. And then it got an asteroid immediately. I'm sorry, Captain Trent. We won't specifically tell his parents that he died without landing a single shot on the foes who killed him. Not my finest moments in this battle. We'll put Fwiffo on the line. Fwiffo wins, which sadly means that, based on my own rules, my Earthling cruisers are lost now. But I'm just not going to save again right now. Possibly leave myself out if when we get to Spathi space, Fwiffo is killed by his compatriots for his betrayals. Okay, we are in Spathi space. There are some Spathi right there. Let's just do a little planetary checking out here in Epsilon Illuminati. Yeah, okay. No getting around it. It's us, buddy. The Hootmans. Well, I don't want to brag or anything about the gland size. Yeah. This is peace. Spoken like a very skittish kind of alien who's constantly afraid. Well, I mean, sir, we haven't figured out how to use the moon shooters. Let's try some tough talk. Nah. Come on. We're seeking allies. Yeah, but how's that working out for you? Do it secretly, buddy. But why not take the slave shield option? Sound great. Is that their leader's name? Lord 1? Of course. Oh. Star thugs. Those manipulative Unga. I knew that the Spathi prayer was going to turn out to be funny. Jeez. Ha! You know what? Okay. There's no reason to insult them, and there's no reason to fight them. Will they let us leave in peace? Yes. Okay. So let's get out of Spathi space. Let's... what to do? I've been up here a bit. I've got lots of fuel. I can do some more stuff up here. Have I been to Beta Velorum? I guess I could shoot right through Spathi space to Beta Velorum. The Spathi probably aren't going to be chasing me down. Okay. Beta Velorum. Let me check the captain's log. We did not go to Beta Velorum yet. Let's try it. Why not? I think that at some point, is this thing gaining on us? Or is it equivalent speed to us? It's not gaining, so it's not Salandra. It's probably just Spathi, but maybe I should stop and chat. Curiosity's getting the better of me. Let's let him catch up. It's probably just Spathi again. Hopefully we can get her to this one peacefully too. Yep. I don't want to threaten you, buddy. Yeah. So at least with the generic Spathi, yes, absolutely. I'm not telling anybody. My lips are sealed. Okay. Like maybe, quite possibly there's some leader Spathi we can talk to at some point who will have different dialogue, kind of like how Admiral ZEX of the Vooks had different dialogue. I gotta say, these Spathi eluders are doing the exact opposite of eluding. Which is funny when you consider that if they catch us and we're just like, want to not fight? They'll be like, yes, please. Please don't make us fight. That one dropped off. This one's faster than us. you know what that means. Ha! We're just gonna have to hover out there and wait while we do some mining. Which is probably a good time for me to stock Fwiffo back up, because without any of our hootnams, we're going to have to. I mean, I don't see myself winning a lot of fights with the Kunk just yet. Not until I get the CPU speed straightened out, so that they're not just careening so wildly around. See exactly one bit of precious element down there. Nah. Sorry, Planet 3. Not doing it for me. Going a bit closer. But after we hit this system, and if it's a bust, let's try to hit a bit of a denser cluster of stars. See if we can find yet another populated race. Especially... Oh, you know what just occurred to me? Synapse is firing. When I talk to Admiral ZEX, the side quest he's given me, I've got to find some beautiful creature. I'll have to solve the riddle of what star system he's talking about. But he's offering Shofixti maidens. If he has Shofixti with him, and that maybe that's how we can convince the lone Shofixti starfighter that we are not his enemies. One exotic. It's not super exciting, but I think the economics slightly work out. You know, it's like working one. Literally one. I still think it works out financially. Wait, one fuel unit is 20. Oh, but the gravity was low, so yeah. We made money on that trip, just very, very little. Made resource units. There we go. Looked for a second like I didn't know what I was doing, but then boom, turned it around. Oh. I got too busy bragging. I completely missed the planet. Here we go. A dust world. I think it's still worth it. I mean, maybe not to a huge degree. Any life down there? We can do it quick. We'll get off. Minimal casualties, I certainly hope. Oh, come on. Oh, don't do this. Get the base metals. Okay. Aluminum to me. Aluminium to some. I've probably at least paid for... Yeah. Hardly any gravity on that dust planet. Thank you, Planet 2. Now let's zip on over to Planet 1 and see what's going on. What time is it here? 5:25. Got at least a solid half hour left to go here before it starts becoming extremely rude that Danielle has returned. I heard her come in. Minimal gravity. Oh, the tecton. It's not worth risking lives for that small amount of base metals. Alright. Beta Velorum. Not blowing my mind. Let's see if Alpha Velorum is any more exciting, and then let's head over. I don't think this cluster is tight enough to turn out to be populated, but who knows? We got some fuel. How much fuel would it take to get home right now? Yeah. We can wander further. And we shall. To Alpha Velorum. Chart a course. recorded in the captain's log. So if anyone's been watching since early in the stream, you may have, like me, just realized Aber eventually just chilled out. She didn't really want anything. She probably just wanted me to go hang out with her. Okay. No new options. So it doesn't matter. I mean, not that the new options, they were getting new dialogue that all leads to the same place. All roads in Rome kind of situation. Alright. You're in the hot seat, Fwiffo. Don't die. Took a hit, but landing more hits than we're taking by far. In the absolutely wonderful science fiction trilogy Remembrances of Earth's Past by Cixin Liu, there's a moment, and I guess cover your ears if you were planning to read it and you don't want vague spoilers, but there's a moment of great shock when the advanced nature of an alien race becomes clear because their ships are able to basically turn on a dime in space without being subject to problems with deceleration and acceleration and all that. Ugh. It started out much better than it's going. Eked it out. Yikes. In Star Control, there are many aliens who have technology capable of wild shifts in acceleration in deep space. Hope we find some resources here because I did get my fleet of Earthling cruisers once again killed. A recurring problem. Okay, there's some stuff down there. No energy. There's never energy. Not never. But the one time I found energy in this game was when I was sent to the moon and told that there was a base there. At the same time, I suppose we haven't deeply penetrated any alien spheres of influence to go to homeworlds and such. Loads of ytterbium down here. How's our cargo looking? Oh, actually, we're actually right. I've been traveling a lot, and I've got 27 exotic. Okay, this was a good trip, except for the many deaths. You know, there's no sugarcoating that. This oh baby, ooh, I love it. I got to take a brief intermission, folks. I'll be back in a minute at the most. back on the deck of the returner. Alright. Anyone living down there to protect those exotic things? Any weird defense systems? I love this Sapphire world. It is my kind of place. Let's hit it, team. Using weird hybrid controls for the landers. Steering with the keyboard, but firing and or evacuating from my gamepad in my lap here. Okay. Even with our double... I even saw that. I'm sorry, 5 crew members. I mean, your deaths were not in vain, but I absolutely could have prevented them. Are we going to be able to pick up everything? No. Because it's exotic, it's worth the landing to just get this one last bit. Super fluids. Way better than just normal fluids. Oh, baby. 161 exotic. Yeah, I think we can get a couple of new Earthling cruisers off of that. Thank you, Alpha Velorum, Planet 3. It's been a lovely visit. If this is a metal world filled with precious, I'm going to be feeling real good. Oh, wow. It's an alpha world filled with radioactives. All the better. I didn't even... it's a metal world. It's around like 4 tectonics. Weather's not bad. A little bit of precious, but more importantly, some sulfur. Lots of sulfur, some uranium. My goodness. The commander is going to say something with an exclamation point when I get back. Be like a proud father. Say, Captain James, you're like the son I never had. I'll say, Commander, I spent a lot of time with my father because I grew up on a planet where like 30 people lived there. But thank you anyway for saying. I still appreciate the sentiment. I'm glad you're proud. Treasure planet? Yeah, this Velorum is definitely the alpha of the two. It's not close. So wait, before we dispatch, are we at risk of... Yeah, we don't have much free space. Let's get rid of some corrosives. Is this going to accelerate? Oh, thank goodness. It's like the dump rate had better pick up here. I'm going to go out on a limb and... You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm going to just dump all the corrosives. This will just be an extremely bad part of space to fly your ship through. Captain Sensors are saying that this ship is rusted like it's been in service for 80 years. Wait, anyone down there to guard the treasure? Treasure worlds. Just great. Couldn't even fit it all in the double containment pods we've got. This one might, I don't know, it makes a ton of economic sense to make this last landing, and it'll certainly be ridiculously wasteful if a person dies. No one died. Great. My conscience is clear. Alpha Velorum is the best star system we've ever visited. No shade to the solar system where we live. I've had many great experiences here, but if I could go to Alpha Velorum just for a little bit, I think I'd go for it. We're going to put the save down. What am I going to call this now? Getting rich. Wait, I better not capitalize rich so I don't see that and think that I'm talking about my buddy Rich. How did Rich get involved in this? He's not cut out for a space war. Okay. 537. Let's hit one more system and I'll retreat back to Earth. Alpha Telescopi. We haven't been there. So, chart a course. Ensign, make it so. To return to a thought that I partially iterated at the very close to the start of the stream. My father's got this tree dedicated exclusively to the Hallmark Star Trek Christmas ornaments he's been given over the years. Most of them talk. And like the very first one that he ever got, I remember because I was a kid. And it's a shuttlecraft from the original series, and it goes, you press the button on the bottom, and Spock, and it's Leonard Nimoy. It says, shuttlecraft to Enterprise. Shuttlecraft to Enterprise. Spock here. Happy holidays. Live long and prosper. I remember it exactly because I've heard it many a time. But then most of them are just play it like you press the button and it just plays a random dialogue sample from whatever show it's from. That's not even necessarily festive. So my dad got his first ever Star Trek Discovery ornament for this Christmas. And my dad's no purist. He loves Star Trek from the original series right up to the current one. And he hit the button, and it's once again just it's a dialogue exchange from the show, and it's a really like deep lore heavy, like it's about the like complex relationships between two of the main characters, and like makes a lot of references to things that are not even like common Star Trek lore from other more widely known, because they've been around for decades now, series. And I don't get it, because this show is currently being produced. These actors surely could be paid a not even great sum to spend an hour in a recording studio getting a little bit of Christmas dialogue for these characters. Or, holiday dialogue. If we like the Spock one doesn't get denominational because it wouldn't really make sense. This, it was a safe enough landing and there was enough to pick up. I was like, I might as well do it. But at this point, we are so stocked that that's a drop in the bucket. That's the 8th planet. Here's planet 6. So I missed 7. An Oolite world. It's looking good down there. Nothing living. No signs of energy. Jeez. My cup runneth over with these hits today, which is great. Oh, in fact, quite literally. Okay. We can offload some cargo. We're not going to need those base metals anymore. Rare earths and precious, both better. Alright. Drained. Let's go down there. I don't think this is going to replace everything we just dumped, but I think we're gonna make out okay. By the end of this journey, I think we're gonna be sitting pretty. I'll have to actually read the rest of the manual, find out what the remaining things I can add to my ship are, and step it on up. Get the returner in better fighting form. And next weekend, in and around Ultima, we'll start really getting out there, try to find some friendly aliens. We have not made any formal alliances yet. You know, we recruited Fwiffo. We got some Pekanka on our team. We've got some leads. We met a friendly Vux. We know there's this... Oh, that's another lead I can follow up on now that I have more fuel. I can go try to find out about this triumvirate alien civilization that's 3 different alien races working together in harmony. There's going to be plenty to do next week, starting from a base of great riches. So I think I'm going to jump immediately to the inner ring planets. Check them out. See what I find. And then blow this popsicle stand for now. Another light world. Ooh, like it. Alright, neither the tectonics nor the... Oh, there's stuff down there. There's a lot of stuff down there. Okay. Put a pin in this one for now. Although, yeah, the landers do have protection, which is good. But no point risking lives when there's such a plethora of riches down there that it would be worth coming back when we can actually carry them all. This looks like another Oolite world from the outside. A fluorescent world. Yeah. Grab some radioactives and get out of here. There's no fluorescent indigent life down there. So let's just grab what we can fit in radioactives. Oh no. And nobles. No, it's not worth the risk of any more crew. That's plenty. Thank you. Planet 1. Okay. This was a very successful voyage. We have enough fuel to make it back to the Sol system, from whence we come. Let me just look at the names of some random stars really quickly. Norme. Beta Orionis. So I got this... we got this obscure hint where to find the alien that Admiral ZEX is looking for to complete his menagerie. An 8-star system, the Lynch Nas Plo star system. The translation is snake-like creature who has swallowed the elephantine beast. Octantis? Like, is an octopus snake-like, but like it's swallowed a beast because it has a big... I don't know. There's definitely a puzzle there involving looking at the names of planets. This might be a case where I want to look at one of the star maps while kind of unfocusing my eyes to not be spoiled on all the particular alien locations. Okay, well, there's loads of space to explore, and we are going to be very well equipped to explore more of it next time around with all the money we're about to make. So let's take it home. We're going home. We're on our way home. Can't quite find the melody there for Two of Us by the Beatles. Two of us, da 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 da. Better stop before I get DMCA'd. Love the music in this game. very tonally appropriate for the universe. It's a long trip home. That ship, no, that ship is not gaining on us, and we're kind of cutting by. Over here is probably Ilrith space. Am I leading an Ilrith all the way home to the Sol system? It's not like the Ilrith need me to tell them where Sol is. They're supposed to be guarding it, technically. Okay. Actually, I have a sudden desire to glance at the... Okay, good. It's like, please tell me the Pekunk are still where they ought to be and not over by the Yehat. If I could make it to like Alpha Serpentis, could I talk to the Queen of the Yehat? So many questions, so many things to try. Last thing I want to look at on the star map here is the location of the Zokfot pick. 400. So, yeah, right about there. And 543.7, which is way up. In fact, in Urkon space, but it only takes 46 fuel units. So that is something I could explore next week. See if we can get there, avoid the Urkon, hopefully, and maybe make contact with a potential straight-up ally. We got options. Okay, back to navigation. Let's take it in. Home sweet home, except the Captain James is not from Earth, and also we can't actually go to Earth. So neither my real life nor my fictional home is actually available to me at the moment. They're both, actually, yeah, because Vela is also under a slave shield, which is sad. Okay. Commander, I think you're going to be pretty pleased with me. Let's watch this go up. We're right around 4,000 at the start. Just wait, Captain. Commander, sorry. Yeah. Oh, hang on though. Hang on. All right, that's not a disappointment ellipse. There he was just a little speechless at how much we brought back. That is just my plan, Commander. So our thoughts are as one. I'll stock up on the obvious stuff. Get a couple of Earth cruisers back in the fleet. Which I remember Alley Cat saying, no, somebody at any rate last weekend was telling me they thought the Earth cruiser, they remembered it having better acceleration. I wonder if that's a CPU speed thing. The Earth cruiser seems slower because everything is going on. Who knows? But hopefully I can get the CPU speed issue fixed for next time. Alright, that part's easy. I'll refuel. I'm not going to buy new modules right now because that's something I want to read the manual about so I know what all the options are. So I do feel like we can probably get some better weapons. Whoops. My unreliable analog sticks on this control sometimes causing me to offload fuel. 160 is our capacity. Yep. Alright, full up. This was a successful day of star controlling. We did lose a lot of Earth cruisers and a lot of their accompanying humans, and we do feel bad about that. But on the whole, you know, we're making an omelet out of these broken eggs. That again is, you know, we got to work on the message before we send it to the parents, but it's something along those lines. Without the, you know, your child's a broken egg to us. something that makes their child sound more important, but that emphasizes that, yeah, it was bad that we lost your son or daughter, but it's good that, one day your other sons and daughters or your grandkids, whatever, maybe you get to have no slave shield anymore. So, folks, that's it for our Boxing Day stream. Anyone who stuck around to the end, thank you for sticking around to the end. Anyone who popped in and left in the middle, you can't hear me. And I'm still saying thank you for tuning in. If you're new to the stream and you enjoyed what you saw, come on back. Here on the weekends, I'm going to keep on playing Star Control 2. But I'm also, no later than next weekend, going to be firing up Ultima 6. And then I got to figure out exactly how I'm going to balance doing 2 Let's Plays at once. But I'll work that out for the new year. And on top of that, my buddy Greg and I will be playing Fire Pro Wrestling World on Thursday, which, even if you're not into wrestling, we're doing the story mode, and it's a text-based story. So there's a lot of silly voices from the two of us that might appeal to you. I don't know that it's going to be this Friday, which you might have heard is New Year's Eve, but normally on Fridays, when I can muster my crew, we play Gloomhaven, and maybe get some other stuff going in the new year. I'd certainly like to. I still want to do a Metroid Dread hard mode let's play. I got lots of things I want to do. Not as much time, although at least a couple weeks of teaching online is going to free up my evenings, so who knows? Who knows what the new year will bring? At any rate, that's it for me. I did just save, and yet, just to be safe, we're going to remember that number 2, the Getting Rich save, is the save to launch from. That'll be easy to remember because I'm going to remember how rich I am. I'm going to be excited about it next time. That's where we're going to wrap up for the day. Thanks again. This is a very long outro, but the tagline's quick. Because until those celestial bodies come into alignment again and our paths cross, take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.